Members of Congress, I have the high privilege and distinct honor of presenting to you the President of the United States.
Well, thank you very much, everybody. It's really an honor. Speaker Johnson, Vice President Vance, First Lady of the United States. Second Lady of the United States. Members of Congress and my fellow Americans, our nation is back, bigger, better, richer, and stronger than ever before. Less than 5 months from now, our country will celebrate an epic milestone in American history.
Steven, this credit improvement success rate by Credit Karma is stunning.
Oh yeah, it's an elegant way to show you use Credit Karma to learn about the factors affecting your credit and how to get your scores from fair to flare. Ooh. Download Intuit Credit Karma for free and start successorizing your credit today.
Levels, a wide open border, horrendous recruitment for military and police, rampant crime at home, and wars and chaos all over the world. But tonight, after just 1 year, I can say with dignity and pride that we have achieved a transformation like no one has ever seen before, and a turnaround for the ages. It is indeed a turnaround for the ages. never go back to where we were just a very short time ago. We're not going back. Today, our border is secure. Thank you. Today, our border is secure. Our spirit is restored. Inflation is plummeting. Incomes are rising fast. The roaring economy is roaring like never before. And our enemies are scared. Our military and police are stacked. And America is respected again, perhaps like never before. After 4 years in which millions and millions of illegal aliens poured across our borders, totally unvetted and unchecked, we now have the strongest and most secure border in American history by far. In the past 9 months, 0 illegal aliens have been admitted to the United States. But we will always allow people to come in legally, people that will love our country and will work hard to maintain our country. The flow of deadly fentanyl across our border is down by a record 56% in 1 year. And last year, the murder rate saw its single largest decline in recorded history. This is the biggest decline, think of it, in recorded history, the lowest number in over 125 years, year 1900. In fact, substantially before my wonderful father, I had a wonderful father, Fred, before he was born, substantially before he was born. That's a long time ago. He wouldn't like me to say that, but that's a long time ago. The Biden administration and its allies in Congress gave us the worst inflation in the history of our country. But in 12 months, my administration has driven core inflation down to the lowest level in more than 5 years. And in the last 3 months of 2025, it was down to 1.7%. Gasoline, which reached a peak of over $6 a gallon in some states under my predecessor, it was quite honestly a disaster, is now below $2.30 a gallon in most states, and in some places, $1.99 a gallon. And when I visited the great state of Iowa just a few weeks ago, I even saw $1.85 a gallon for gasoline. Mortgage rates are the lowest in 4 years and falling fast, and the annual cost of a typical new mortgage is down almost $5,000 just since I took office. 1 year. And low interest rates will solve the Biden-created housing problem while at the same time protecting the values of those people who already own a house that really feel rich for the first time in their lives. We want to protect those values. We want to keep those values up. We're going to do both. And we are going to keep it that way. The stock market has set 53 all-time record highs since the election. Think of that. 1 year. boosting pensions, 401ks, and retirement accounts for the millions and millions of Americans. They're all gaining. Everybody's up, way up. In 4 long years, the last administration got less than $1 trillion in new investment in the United States. And when I say less, substantially less. In 12 months, I secured commitments for more than $18 trillion pouring in from all over the globe. Think of it, much less than $1 trillion for 4 years versus much more than $18 trillion for 1 year. What a difference a president makes. A short time ago, we were a dead country. Now we are the hottest country anywhere in the world, the hottest. As thousands of new businesses are forming and factories, plants, and laboratories are being built, we have added 70,000 new construction jobs in just a very short period of time. It's getting bigger and bigger and stronger. Nobody can believe what they're watching. American oil production is up by more than 600,000 barrels a day, and we just received from our new friend and partner, Venezuela, more than 80 million barrels of oil. American natural gas production is at an all-time high because I kept my promise to drill, baby, drill. More Americans are working today than at any time in the history of our country. Think about that. Any time in the history of our country, more working today, and 100% of all jobs created under my administration have been in the private sector. We ended DEI in America. We cut a record number of job-killing regulations, and in 1 year, we have lifted 2.4 million Americans, a record, off of food stamps. And for all of these reasons, I say tonight, members of Congress, the state of our union is strong. Our country is winning again. In fact, we're winning so much that we really don't know what to do about it. People are asking me, please, 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 Mr. President, we're winning too much. We can't take it anymore. We're not used to winning in our country. Until you came along, we're just always losing, but now we're winning too much. And I say, no, you're going to win again. You're going to win big. You're going to win bigger than ever. And to prove that point, here with us tonight is a group of winners who just made the entire nation proud. The men's gold medal Olympic hockey team. Come on in. That's the first time I've ever seen them get up. And actually, not all of them did get up. But they beat a fantastic Canadian team in overtime, as everybody saw, as did the American women who will soon be coming to the White House. They were in the Oval Office before, and I just want to say a second very big congratulations to Team USA. But I have to say that, and I told them this, and we took a vote of the team. I said, anybody votes no, I'm not doing it. So they stood there, and they weren't about to say no, because I've never seen a goaltender play as well as goalie Connor Hellebuck. Think of it, 46 shots on goal, and I asked him, the one shot, the one where you put your stick in the back and it hit the neck of your stick and bounced off, you practiced that, or was that a little lucky? He refused to answer that question. But I just want to tell you that the members of this great hockey squad will be very happy to hear, based on their vote and my vote, and in this case my vote was more important, that I will soon be presenting Connor with our highest civilian honor, which we will be given, and which has been given to many athletes over the years. But when I say many, not too many, like 12, it's called the highest civilian honor in our country, the Presidential Medal of Freedom. Great athletes have gotten that, very great, the best, and I thought he deserved it. And I did take a vote, every single one of them. I said, I'm not giving it if anybody goes no, and every single one of them rapidly put up their hand. So I want to thank you all. What a special job you did. What special champions you are. Thank you very much. I'm also pleased to say that the next time the Olympic torch is lit, it will be here in America for the 2028 Olympics, and it's the summer version right in Los Angeles. We're going to do a good job in Los Angeles. And Los Angeles is going to be safe, just like Washington, D.C. is now one of the safest cities in the country. And this year, and I must say, I got them both.
7 days,
First term,
6 days per week.
I was disappointed because I didn't think I'd be the president when this happened. But strange things took place. And now I've got them because I got the Olympics and I got the 2026 FIFA World Cup. And I wanted to claim the 250th, but I didn't get away with that one. I couldn't claim that one for myself. But we're getting the World Cup, so we have the World Cup and the Olympics coming, and that is exciting news. So this will be a year to celebrate our country and the heroes who have kept it free. Men like Buddy Taggart. At age 17, Buddy volunteered to defend America in World War II, serving in the Pacific under the great General Douglas MacArthur. He fought bravely in the famous Battle of Manila, worked so hard. He was badly wounded and almost killed by enemy machine guns in Luzon. And 81 years ago this month, he liberated the largest internment camp in the Philippines, one of the largest anywhere in the world. But he earned many honors, including a Purple Heart and a Bronze Star, came home, started a family, and tonight he is in the gallery looking forward to July 4th, 2026, his 100th birthday. So, Buddy, you're a brave man, and we salute you. Even in times of challenge, setback, and immense heartache, the spirit of 1776 has always shone through very brightly. It was July 4th of last year when floodwaters tore through a girls' summer camp in Central Texas, one of the worst things I've ever seen. I was there, rising 26 feet in the matter of minutes, tragically claiming many, many lives. You all remember that one. As the waters threatened to sweep her away, 11-year-old Millie Kate McClament closed her eyes and prayed to God. She thought she was going to die. Those prayers were answered when Coast Guard rescue swimmer Scott Ruskin descended from a helicopter above. Nobody knew where he came from. It was Scott's first ever rescue mission, a young guy, but very brave, very, very top, always top in his class. And he lifted not just Billy Kate, but 164 others to safety. People watched Scott from a distance, and they couldn't believe what they were seeing. The winds were blowing, the rain was pouring, everything was going, and that rapid water, nobody had ever seen anything like it. They said, wow, that's something. Tonight, Scott and Millie Kate are here together, reunited for the very first time. Thank you, Scott.
Wow, that's something. People have never seen the water rise that fast. Wow, that's something. Here's all these like.
And Petty Officer Ruskin, I'm pleased to inform you that I am now awarding you the Legion of Merit for extraordinary heroism, which is what it was, extraordinary heroism. Thank you.
He's a cunt!
And I'd like to have the military aide to please come down and take care of the service. Military aid, thank you very much. Take care of that very important service. Thank you very much. From 1776 to today, every generation of Americans has stepped forward to defend life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And they're really doing it for the next generation. But now it's our turn. Together, we're building a nation where every child has the chance to reach higher and go further, where government answers to the people, not the powerful, and where the interests of hardworking American citizens are always our first and ultimate concern. That is the debt we owe to the heroes who came before us, and that is the promise we must keep to America for our 250th year. Last year, I urged this Congress to begin the mission by passing the largest tax cuts in American history, and our Republican majorities delivered so beautifully. Thank you, Republicans. All Democrats, every single one of them, voted against these really important and very necessary massive tax cuts. They wanted large-scale tax increases to hurt the people instead. But we held strong, and with the great, big, beautiful bill, we gave you no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, and no tax on Social Security for our great seniors.
We gave you. We gave you? Why did you take it to begin with?
And we also made interest on auto loans tax deductible the first time, but only if the car is made in America. Recently in Pennsylvania, I met Megan Hemhauser, a devoted mom who's homeschools her children, beautiful, 2 children, during the day while waiting tables at night as her husband works overtime operating very heavy equipment. Megan is here this evening, and she's happy to tell you that she is so much richer because with no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, and her expanded child tax credit done again by Republicans, Megan and her husband will take home more than $5,000 extra just for the year, cutting her tax bill in more than half. Megan, please stand up. We're fighting for you, Megan. Thank you, Megan. Thank you, Megan. We're fighting for you, Megan. Under our bill, parents like Megan can also activate their children's brand new Trump accounts. And I didn't name it. I did not name that. Nobody believes me, but I did not name it. It was named by a very tall man sitting right there in the third row. Nice man, a good man. Tax-free investment accounts for every American child. This is something that's so special and has taken off and gone through the roof. Millions will be pre-funded courtesy of the U.S. Treasury and private individuals like Michael and Susan Dell, who have donated $6.25 billion to fund the Trump accounts for 25 million American children. They're great people. You know, I asked Michael Dell, how do you make all that money? He said, well, I just sat on my dorm in school and I made computers and I'd sell them to people. And I just kept selling and selling and selling. And pretty amazing story. That's called the American dream. He sold a lot of computers, a lot of those laptops. So I congratulate him on that. But I really thank him and Susan as well as others like Brad Gerstner, a very tremendous guy. He was behind it right from the beginning. Brad Gerstner. Thank you, Brad. So with modest additional contributions, these young people's accounts could grow to over $100,000 or more by the time they turn 18. Think of it. How much money is that for somebody that started with nothing? Over 100,000, could be much more than that. To make this investment in our children's future, go to TrumpAccounts.gov.
TrumpAccounts.gov.
A lot of people are doing it. They're setting every record in the book. It's popular. They do what it was going to take. So proud of them.
Congratulations.
So
If you
proud of
stay
the people that
alive,
got
you'll have
started.
$100,000.
Taken off. One of the primary reasons for our country's stunning economic turnaround, the biggest in history, where the Dow Jones broke 50,000 4 years ahead of schedule, and the S&P
50,000 4 years ahead of schedule.
wasn't supposed
I wonder if the
to
runaway spending had anything to do with it. Called the big beautiful bill. $140 trillion in debt.
billions of dollars to make
Hello?
great deals for our country, both economically
Everybody's got
and on a
40% of what they think they got. Just try to sell it all,
Everything was
liquidate it
working
all.
well.
Who's gonna buy it?
Were ripping us off for decades are now paying us hundreds of billions of dollars.
All
They were
right.
ripping us so badly, you all know
These
that.
tariffs don't ruin the economy. It makes for less of an efficient
These
economy.
countries are now happy, and so are we. We made deals. The deals
Of
are
course
all
we're
done.
happy. We got $250 billion of fuck you money.
Oh.
Oh.
There was no inflation, tremendous growth, and the big story was how Donald Trump called the economy correctly, and 22 Nobel Prize winners in economics didn't. They got it totally wrong. They got it really wrong. And then just 4 days ago, an unfortunate ruling from the United States Supreme Court. It just came down. Very unfortunate ruling. But the good news is that almost all countries and corporations want to keep the deal that they already made, right, Scott? Knowing that the legal power that I, as president, have to make a new deal could be far worse for them, and therefore they will continue to work along the same successful path that we had negotiated before the Supreme Court's unfortunate involvement. So despite the disappointing ruling, he's powerful, country saving. It's saving our country, the kind of money we're taking in. Peace protecting. Many of the wars I settled was because of the threat of tariffs. I wouldn't have been able to settle them without. Will remain in place under fully approved and tested alternative legal statutes. And they have been tested for a long time. They're a little more complex, but they're actually probably better, leading to a solution that will be even stronger than before. Congressional action will not be necessary. It's already time tested and approved. And as time goes by, I believe the tariffs paid for by foreign countries will, like in the past, substantially replace the modern day system of income tax, taking a great
Oh my
financial
God, we
hit
ain't gonna
off
have to
people
pay the
that-
government anymore? All the other countries are gonna pay us. But we're already so far in debt, Mr. President. $140 trillion is a lot of debt, and it's only growing.
Moving forward, factories, jobs, investment, and trillions of dollars will continue pouring into the United States of America. Because we finally have a president who puts America first. Put America first.
Trump. He puts America first. Trump puts America first. I can't even get a fill.
Decades before I came along, we had the exact opposite. From trade to healthcare, from energy to immigration, everything was stolen and rigged in order to drain the wealth out of the productive, hardworking people who make our country great, who make our country run. Under Biden and his corrupt partners in Congress and beyond, it reached a breaking point with the Green New Scam, open borders for everyone. They poured in by the millions and millions from prisons, from mental institutions. There were murders, 11,888 murders. They came into our country. You allowed that to happen. And record-setting inflation that cost the typical family $34,000 in just a speck of time. Now, the same people in this chamber who voted for those disasters suddenly used the word affordability, a word. They just used it. Somebody gave it to them, knowing full well that they caused and created the increased prices that all of our citizens had to endure. You caused that problem. You caused that problem.
You caused that. Not me. You. It was the Democrats that did that. Wasn't me. It was the Democrats. Wasn't me. You did that. You did that.
They knew their statements were a lie. They knew it. They knew their statements were a dirty, rotten lie. Their policies created the high prices. Our policies are rapidly ending them. We are doing really well. Those prices are plummeting downward.
Prices are plummeting, and so are incomes. But who cares? The prices are plummeting.
Is down 60%. Madam Secretary, thank you. The cost of chicken, butter, fruit, hotels, automobiles, rent is lower today than when I took office by a lot. And even beef, which was very high, is starting to come down significantly.
Beef is coming down.
And soon
Show me the beef.
Numbers that few people would think were possible to achieve just a short time ago. Nobody can believe when they see the kind of numbers, especially energy. When they see energy going down to numbers like that, they cannot believe it. It's like another big tax cut. I'm also confronting one of the biggest ripoffs of our times, the crushing cost of health care caused by you. Since the passage of the Unaffordable Care Act, sometimes referred to as Obamacare, big insurance companies have gotten rich. It's meant for the insurance companies, not for the people. With our government giving them hundreds and hundreds of billions of dollars a year as their stock prices soared 1,000, 1,200, 1,400, and even 1,700%, like nothing else. That's why I introduced the great healthcare plan. I want to stop all payments to big insurance companies and instead give that money directly to the people so they can buy their own healthcare, which will be better healthcare at a much lower cost.
No more health insurance. No more health insurance. No more middleman. Straight to the people.
In addition, my plan requires maximum price transparency. That's a big deal. Sounds so simple, so big.
So simple.
And I did that in my first term, and the Democrats immediately terminated it with full knowledge that they were doing a very bad thing for the people. Of course, we're going to go way up, and that's what happened. And now I'm bringing them way down on healthcare and everything else.
Way down.
I'm also ending the wildly inflated cost of prescription drugs like has never happened before.
Get those prescription drug prices down. Lower those prices. 20% off. 40%
Other
off.
presidents tried to do it, but they never could. They tried.
They tried.
Most didn't try, actually. But they tried. They said they tried. They couldn't do it. They didn't even come close. They were all talk and no action. But I got it done. Under my just enacted most favored nation agreements, Americans who have for decades paid by far the highest prices of any nation anywhere in the world for prescription drugs
Why?
will now pay the lowest price
The
in the
lowest!
world for drugs.
From the highest to the lowest! Get your drugs cheaper! 80% off that drug! 90% off that drug! And 99% off that drug! Free drugs for
So
everybody!
in my first year of the second term, should be my third term,
Should be his third term.
strange things happened. I took prescription drugs, a very big part of healthcare, from the highest price in the entire world to the lowest.
Highest to the lowest.
The result is price differences of 300, 400, 500, 600% and more, all available right now at a new website called TrumpRx.gov. And I didn't name that one either, by the way.
TrumpRx.gov. Get them cheaper, 500 to 600% off, practically free.
And here tonight is the very first customer ever to get that big discount, and it is big. Catherine Rayner. For 5 years, she and her husband have struggled with infertility, and they turned to IVF. One drug has been costing Catherine $4,000 to purchase. But a few weeks ago, she logged onto the Trump RX website.
Did she get a baby yet?
That cost $4,000, got it for under $500.
She got it for under $500.
Actually, the $3,500.
But did she get the
We're
baby?
all praying for you, and you're going to be a great mom.
You're gonna be a great mom. We're gonna save you $3,500 so you can get pregnant. It's only gonna cost you $500 to get pregnant, since we defertilized you, of course, and you're not a fertile person anymore. That's okay. The Yellow 6, Yellow 9, the Skittles, and the Starburst, and the Fruity Pebbles. We're gonna get that out of the food
Now
supply.
I'm calling on Congress to codify my most favorite nation program into law.
My
Now,
most
one thing
favorite
I'm not sure
nation.
matters because
Codify
it's
it.
very hard for somebody that comes along after me to say, let's raise drug prices by 700 or 800%.
Ah!
John and Mike, if you don't mind, codify it anyway.
Codify it.
Hey, do it. Codify it anyway.
Codify it anyways.
Many Americans are also concerned that energy demand from AI data centers could unfairly drive up their electric utility bills. Tonight, I'm pleased to announce that I have negotiated the new Ratepayer Protection Pledge. You know what that is? We're telling the major tech companies that they have the obligation to provide for their own power needs. They can build their own power plants as part of their factory so that no one's prices will go up. And in many cases, prices of electricity will go down for the community and very
Prices up.
substantially down.
Prices down.
This is a unique strategy never used in this country before. We have an old grid. It could never handle the kind of numbers, the amount of electricity that's needed. So I'm telling them they can build their own plant. They're going to produce their own electricity. It will ensure the company's ability to get
Big
electricity.
techs
while at the same
are now
time lowering
utility
prices for
companies.
Electricity for you. It could be very substantial for all of you cities and towns. You're going to see some good things happen over the next number of years. Another pillar of the American dream that has been under attack is home ownership. With us tonight is Rachel Wiggins, a mom of two from Houston. She placed bids on 20 homes and lost all of those bids to gigantic investment firms that bypassed inspection, paid all cash, and turned those houses into rentals, stealing away her American dream. She was devastated.
Devastated.
Stories like this are why last month I signed executive order to ban large Wall Street investment firms from buying up in the thousands single-family homes.
Just not that house, and not the 20 other ones she lost, but all the future homes that they're going to bid on, they can't bid on them in the thousands.
And now I'm asking Congress to make that ban permanent because homes for people, really, that's what we want. We want homes for people, not for corporations. Corporations are doing just fine. Rachel, thank you very much. Good luck with your home. You'll get one soon.
You'll get a house soon. I don't know when, but maybe. Good luck.
We're also working to make it easier for Americans to save for retirement. And under this administration,
Gotta prepare
we
for
always
your
protect
retirement so you
Social
can die in
Security.
dignity.
They are not protecting it for our seniors. We will always protect Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid.
Jesus, what's in my mouth? All this plant material from Chipotle.
Since I took office, the typical 401k balance is up by at least $30,000. That's a lot of money.
$30,000 on what?
Millions and millions of people.
You didn't know the
Because
percentage?
stock market has done so well, setting all those records. Your 401ks are way up. Yet
Hey,
half
Mom, you got a 401k from installing sprinkler
does not have access
systems?
to a retirement plan with matching contributions from an employer. To remedy this gross disparity, I'm announcing that next year my administration will give these oft-forgotten American workers, great people, the people that built our country, access to the same type of retirement plan offered to every federal worker.
Wow.
We'll match your contribution with up to $1,000 each year.
Wow.
As we ensure that all Americans can profit from a rising stock market, let's also ensure that members of Congress cannot corruptly profit from using insider information.
How? When does that happen? So are they going to stop trading? When do they stop trading? Because Nancy Pelosi made $26 million just in the past 10 months. She's worth $250 million. She makes $175,000 a year. How's that possible?
They stood up for that. I can't believe it.
Wow, the Democrats stood up.
I can't believe it. Did Nancy Pelosi stand up if she was here?
We got a squabble.
Doubt it. Pass the Stop Insider Trading Act without delay. I wasn't sure if anybody even on this side was going to applaud for that. I'm very impressed. Thank you. I'm very impressed. But when it comes to the corruption that is plundering, it's plundering America. There's been no more stunning example than Minnesota, where members of the Somali community have pillaged an estimated $19 billion from the American taxpayer. Oh, we have all the information. And in actuality, the number is much higher than that. And California, Massachusetts, Maine, and many other states are even worse. This is the kind of corruption that shreds the fabric of a nation, and we are working on it like you wouldn't believe. So tonight, although started 4 months ago, I am officially announcing the war on fraud to be led by our great Vice President J.D. Vance.
J.D. Vance is going to war. He will kick in. Look
He'll
at
get it done.
He'll get it done.
Find enough of that fraud, we will actually have a balanced budget overnight. It'll go very quickly.
Oh.
That's the kind of money you're talking about. We'll balance our budget. The Somali pirates who ransacked Minnesota remind us that there are large parts of the world and lawlessness are the norm, not the exception. Importing these cultures through unrestricted immigration and open borders brings those problems right here to the USA. And it is the American people who pay the price in higher medical bills, car insurance rates, rent, taxes, and perhaps most importantly, crime. We will take care of this problem. We're going to take care of this problem. We are not playing games. Delilah.
Delilah.
Delilah Colvin was only 5 years old in June 2024 when a 18-wheel tractor trailer plowed into her stopped car traveling at 60 miles an hour or more. The driver was an illegal alien let in by Joe Biden and given a commercial driver's license by open borders politicians in California. Doctors said Delilah would never be able to walk or talk, have a good life. She wouldn't even be able to eat again. But against all odds, she is now in the first grade learning to walk. And she's here this evening with her dad, Marcus, a fantastic man. Delilah, please, you are a great inspiration. Please stand up.
She can't stand up. Wow. Wow, she's waving.
you, Delilah. Many, if not most, illegal aliens do not speak English and cannot read even the most basic road signs as to direction, speed, danger, or location. That's why
Quitado!
yes, what we will call the Delilah
Amigos, quitado!
from Grand
I fell asleep and my truck is out of control. I smoked too much weed and drank too much beer and now my truck is out of control. Quitado!
Yesterday, as you probably saw at the White House, I hosted a ceremony with Americans who lost their treasured loved ones to the scourge of illegal immigration. People came into our country, how we allowed this to happen with our open borders. These are the angel moms and families that for decades our government betrayed and our media totally ignored. It was terrible. Hard to believe, actually. In 2023, a 16-year-old high school cheerleader named Elizabeth Medina was supposed to perform in her town's Christmas parade, but she never arrived. Her mother, Jacqueline, went home to look for her, and she found her lying dead in a bathtub, bleeding profusely after being stabbed 25 times.
Jesus.
Elizabeth's killer was a previously arrested illegal alien who had broken in and brutally.
Well, did they do capital punishment on this murderer? Did they kill the guy? Hello?
Family's life violently and viciously. Her heartbroken mother is in the gallery to remind everyone in this chamber exactly why we are deporting illegal alien criminals to our country at record numbers, and we're getting them the hell out of here fast. We don't want them.
Can we get some capital punishment sooner or later? I mean, if somebody keeps murdering all these people, maybe we should kill the murderer. Just get rid of him before he can kill again and get early cash, no cash bail release. Hello?
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. President.
We can never forget that many in this room not only allowed the border invasion to happen before I got involved, but indeed they would do it all over again if they ever had the chance. If they ever got elected, they would open up those borders to some of the worst criminals anywhere in the world.
Let them all in.
The only thing
Democrats are in control, and we need your votes.
Right now is President Donald J. Trump and our great Republican patriots in Congress. Thank you.
USA, 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 USA.
As we speak, Democrats in this chamber have cut off all funding for the Department of Homeland Security. Cut off. They have instituted another Democrat shutdown, the first one costing us 2 points on GDP.
2 points on our GDP.
GDP, which probably made them quite
They
happy.
took us from a 5% to a 3%.
Now they have closed the agency responsible for protecting Americans from terrorists and murderers. Tonight I'm demanding the full and immediate restoration of all funding for the border security, homeland security of the United States, and also for helping people clean up their snow. We have no money because of the Democrats, and it would be nice. I'd love to give you a hand at cleaning it up, but you gave no money. Nobody's getting paid. It's a shame. So you have to think about it. We have, in case you didn't know, a pretty large snowstorm out there. One of the great things about the State of the Union.
Can we get some money to shovel some fucking snow? We're only $140 trillion in debt.
Representatives really believe.
Sorry, everybody. You're going to have to start shoveling your snow. Maybe sweeping your own streets. No more street sweepers either. Everybody in the neighborhood's got to get outside and pitch in. Stop looking at TikTok, America. Go clean your streets.
First duty of the American government is to protect American citizens, not illegal aliens.
Wow. You think that's fucking common sense, but it's not common sense anymore. Yeah. It's just not common sense here in America. We're not the priority here. It's not us. It's not for us, by us. It's for somebody else. Hello? Had to remind that. How dare he?
How dare he say that? What a racist. What a bigot. What a xenophobic bastard pig. I hate Trump. Ah! Bigot!
USA, 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 USA.
Meet the Trump. Meet the Trump pissing everybody off.
It's only common sense. I mean, he's only stating the fucking obvious, right? It's supposed to be obvious, right? That's supposed to be an obvious statement, right? It's America's supposed to be for Americans, right?
Isn't that a shame? You should be ashamed of yourself not standing up. You should be ashamed
of yourself.
That is why I'm also asking you to end deadly sanctuary cities that protect the criminals and enact serious penalties for public officials who block the removal of criminal aliens. In many cases, drug lords, murderers all over our country, they're blocking the removal of these people out of our country, and you should be ashamed.
Is that Jasmine Crockett? Is that Jasmine Crockett screaming? Shut up, Jasmine! Congressman Crockett, shut up! How we shut him up? Ooh, they're angry. They're angry. Oh, look at them. Gotta get a screenshot. They pissed.
And perhaps most importantly, I'm asking you to approve the Save America Act. Stop illegal aliens and others
Bing, bing,
who are
bong,
unpermitted
bong.
persons from voting
Bing, bing,
in
bing,
our
bong,
sacred
bong.
American elections. That cheating is rampant.
Rampant cheaters.
Rampant.
Rampant cheating.
It's very simple. All voters must show voter ID.
Gotta show your voter ID.
Hello, sir. Can I see your voter ID? I don't have no voter ID. Okay, sign here. You're okay. Go ahead and vote. No problem. Does not matter. You just gotta have your voter ID, you know?
All voters must show proof of citizenship in order to vote.
You gotta prove that you're a citizen.
Well, what if my government gave me a fucking bullshit state license or state
No
identification?
more crooked mail-in ballots except for illness, disability, military, or travel.
Ooh, I gotta go to Israel. Can you take a mail-in ballot on
It should
vacation?
be an easy one. And by the way, it's polling at 89%, including Democrats. 89%.
89%.
And even the new communist mayor of New York City, I think he's a nice guy.
He thinks the communist mayor's a nice guy.
Policy, but nice guy. Just said they want people to shovel snow. They got hit hard. Want them to shovel snow, but if you apply for that job, you need to show 2 original forms of ID and a social security card. Yet they don't want identification for the greatest privilege of them all, voting in America. No, it's no good. No good. Both Republicans and Democrats overwhelmingly agree on the policy that we just enunciated. And Congress should unite and enact this common sense, country-saving legislation right now, and it should be before anything else happens.
Bull Rush! Power Trump is demanding that people show their driver's license to vote. How dare he? How unconstitutional.
The reason they don't want to do it, why would anybody not want voter ID? One reason, because they want to cheat. There's only one.
They want to cheat us.
They make up all excuses. They say it's racist. They come up with things you almost say, what imagination they have. They want to cheat. They have cheated, and their policy is so bad that the only way they can get elected is to cheat. And we're going to stop it. We have to stop it, John.
You gotta stop it, John. I'm with you, Donnie. I hear you loud and clear. I'm always here with you, Donnie. John is always looking out for you. John,
There's one more opportunity to show common sense in government. In the gallery tonight are Sage Blair and her mother, Michelle. In 2021, Sage was 14 when school officials in Virginia sought to socially transition her to a new gender, treating her as a boy and hiding it from her.
I'm a boy, not a
For
girl.
long, a confused Sage ran away from home
Transsexual.
after she was found in a horrific situation in Maryland. A left-wing judge refused to return Sage to her parents because they did not immediately state that their daughter was their son. Sage was thrown into an all-boys state home and suffered terribly for a long time.
Oh
Today,
no.
all of that is behind them because Sage is a proud and wonderful young woman with a full ride scholarship to Liberty.
It was a girl? They made the girl a boy?
And,
She went like this. Uh-oh, she doesn't look good. She looks a little out of it. She looks a little autistic. Ooh, something's going on there. Uh-oh. Her eyes are shut the whole time. Ay, ay, ay. It was...
thank you for your great bravery.
Oh no, they cut that poor girl's tits off and said it was a boy, it was a girl. Why would they do that to somebody? That's sick!
What's wrong with him?
What's wrong with these people?
Say it because it's going on all over numerous states without even telling the parents. But surely we can all agree no state can be allowed
Honey,
to
you're not a
remove
girl.
children from their
You're
parents'
a
arms,
boy.
them to a new gender against the parents' will. Who would believe that?
A new gender. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, but you just can't give someone a new gender. It's like, you just can't do that. It's not good for the genders. It's not good for the persons. Lots of complications when you're a boy, but the whole world says you're a girl.
People are crazy.
Crazy.
They're crazy.
Crazy. Fucking crazy. These people are fucking crazy. That could be hate speech. Can't talk about a gender pronoun.
Amazing. Incredible. Boy, oh boy. We're lucky we have a country. With people like this, Democrats are destroying our country, but we've stopped it just in the nick of time.
Gotcha. Nick of time. Not.
No one cares more about protecting America's youth than our wonderful First Lady. Now a movie star. She's a movie star. Can you believe it?
She's a movie star,
I
Melania.
believe that.
Melania's a movie star.
She has had an incredible impact championing AI legislation, advancing a landmark executive order on foster care, and helping secure $30 million to launch the Melania Trump Foster Youth to Independence Initiative. It's a tremendous, really a tremendous thing that happened and had a lot of bipartisan support. She gets much better at bipartisan support than I do. I get none. She gets a lot.
She gets it all.
Someday you're going to have to tell me how you did that.
It's because she's
And
hot.
students and educators in every state have joined the First Lady's efforts in the presidential AI challenge, keeping America's next generation positioned to succeed and strongly succeed.
It's almost St. Patty's
We welcome two
Day.
young people whose lives reflect the First Lady's impact: Sierra Burns and Everest. Thank you both. And
We know what we're wearing for St. Patty's Day.
Thank you, brother.
The State of the Union is strong. Emperor Palpatine gives his annual remarks to his slaves. Turbo Trump 2560. America
I'm very
first
proud to say that during my
forever.
time in office, both the first 4 years and in particular this last year, there has been a tremendous renewal in religion, faith, Christianity, and belief in God.
God's coming back in a big way. We almost forgot about him, but now we remember God again in our lives. Might have something to do with the economy.
This is especially true among young people, and a big part of that had to do with my great friend, Charlie Kirk, a great guy.
Ah, Charlie. Who killed Charlie Kirk? Everybody wants to know. Who killed the guy? Why would they kill him? Was it that trans?
So last year, Charlie was violently murdered by an assassin
Oh,
and martyred, really martyred for his beliefs.
martyr.
His wonderful wife, Erica, is with us tonight. Erica, please stand.
Stand up, Erica. Oh, we got to get a look. Oh. Oh. Charlie! 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 Did she have anything to do with that? Does she know something we don't know?
Thank you.
Maybe.
You do a lot. In Charlie's memory, we must all come together to reaffirm that America is one nation
One
under God.
nation
and
under
we
God.
must totally reject political violence of any kind.
No more assassinations. No more assassinations. They're not good for business. Without the commissions, okay, you can't assassinate a main guy.
And we love bringing it back. And it's coming back at levels that nobody-
Jesus is coming back
A beautiful thing to see.
fast.
Above all, unleashing America's promise requires keeping our community safe. We have made incredible strides, yet dangerous repeat offenders continue to be released by pro-crime Democrat politicians again and again. We are honored to be joined tonight by a woman who's been through hell, Anya Zuretska. In 2022, she and her beautiful daughter, so beautiful, what a beautiful young woman.
Beautiful.
Irina fled war-torn Ukraine to live with relatives near Charlotte, North Carolina. And by the way, what's going on with Charlotte? Last summer, 23-year-old Irina was riding home on the train when a deranged monster who had been arrested over a dozen times and was released for no cash bail,
No cash
stood
bail.
up and viciously slashed a knife through her neck and body. No one will ever forget there were people on the train. No one will ever forget the expression of terror on her face as she looked at the attacker and instantly. She had escaped a brutal war only to be slain by a hardened criminal set free to kill. Mrs. Zaretska, tonight I promise you we will ensure justice for your magnificent daughter.
That means he's got to hang or be shot to death by a firing squad after a judge finds him guilty of murder and sentences him to capital punishment. That's right. That's what justice is. If you don't hang, then there's no justice. The guy's got a retirement package now in prison.
How do you not stand? How do you not stand? I'm asking this Congress to pass tough legislation to ensure that violent and dangerous repeat offenders are put behind bars, and importantly, that they stay there.
Stay there or be capitally punished and buried in the back of the prison yard. Sorry, it's $75,000 a year to house you. It's
Starting last
expensive.
summer, I deployed our National Guard and federal law enforcement to restore law and order to our most dangerous cities, including Memphis, Tennessee, big success.
Memphis.
New Orleans,
New Orleans.
Louisiana, big success. And our nation's capital itself, Washington, D.C., where we have
Woo!
almost no crime anymore.
No more
Washington,
crime.
D.C. How did that happen?
Can't fake the crime stats no more, baby. Hello?
In fact, crime in Washington is now at the lowest level ever recorded, and murders in D.C. this January were down close to 100% from a year ago.
High to low. High to low. Everything. High to low.
They don't like to hear that. One of the brave service members who helped achieve this stunning turnaround was 20-year-old West Virginia Army National Guard Specialist Sarah Beckstrom. After a 4-month deployment, she voluntarily extended her service. Her rank was going to be lifted. She was doing so well. They were so proud of her. But the very next day, she was on patrol near the White House when she was ambushed and
By an
shot in
Afghani.
the head by a terrorist monster from Afghanistan.
From Afghanistan, that Darren LaHood voted yay to come into the country. Darren LaHood, the 16th district, that son of a bitch,
Traveled here.
voted yay on the National Afghan Resettlement Act. That motherfucker. Do not vote for Darren
Sarah
LaHood.
Beckstrom died in order to defend our capital, and we are honored to
Request
be
the Republican ballot and write in John Kitover.
Evilly.
Don't vote for Paul Nolley. He's already got the Democrat nomination, just like Darren LaHood.
She was a great person.
But you can vote out Darren LaHood right now if you want. Just write in John Kitover. Don't vote for Darren LaHood. Don't do it. Go to johnforcongress.com right now.
So sorry. Thank you very much. A great young lady. I saw reports that were like, perfect. She's perfect. Serving alongside Sarah that day was Staff Sergeant Andrew Wolf. The terrorist shot Andrew in the head, and no one thought he could possibly make it. Two of them, Sarah and Andrew, both shot violently in the head. Neither was expected to make it. They weren't even given a chance, except his wonderful mother, named Melody, who I spoke to the same night. And she was so positive. The doctors thought that Andrew was gone. But his mother said, no, Mr. President, Andrew will be fine. He's going to make it. I've never seen anything like it. I mean, he was given almost no chance. She said, I have no doubt, sir, he's going to be okay. This was a conversation that I had with her that night, with her son laying helplessly in bed, blood all over. Everybody is praying, she said, sir, he will be okay. The doctors didn't understand what she was saying. And after looking at the results of the damage done, neither did I. She was so strong and conclusive that even Andrew's great father felt she didn't really understand the gravity of the situation. But she turned out to be right. Right, Melody? She turned out to be right.
We are an hour and 15 minutes into this strong State of the Union. Strong. Can you feel the strength of the Union? The Democrats won't even stand.
Amazing, actually. I said, where does this woman come from? She's the most positive person I've ever met. With God's help, Andrew has battled back from the edge of death, and we're talking about the edge of death, on his way to a miraculous recovery. He's got a little work to do, but he's doing great. Nice to see you. He's a good-looking guy. Nice to see you. Thanks, Andrew. Thank you very much.
Oh shit, Andrew's all. Andrew. Oh shit, he stood up. Guy got shot in the head and he's standing up in his suit. Wow, what a patriot. Every fucking congressperson that voted for the Afghan resettlement act should be arrested. Trump should literally call in the National Guard and have like fucking 100 Democrats arrested on the spot right now. That's what he really should do.
The award created by our late
He should pull a Saddam Hussein on everybody in the State of the Union. Say, it looks like we got a lot of traitors. We're not putting up with it anymore. We're going to arrest him right here, right now. They'll have to deal with the legal repercussions. Lawfare! Tonight at the State of the Union, we're making arrests now. I'm calling in the National Guard, and I'm seizing control of the Congress. Over 100 Democrats have been arrested for fraud, waste, and abuse, and destroying America. Donald Trump has declared an insurrection. A real one this time. Not a Nancy Pelosi one. Over 150 Democrats have been arrested tonight at the State of the Union address, causing extreme concern amongst Republicans. What is the future of the
We
nation?
love you all.
We love you too, Donnie.
We're proudly restoring safety for Americans at home, and we are also restoring security for Americans abroad. Our country has never been stronger. In my first 10 months, I ended 8 wars, including Cambodia.
We were involved in 8 fucking wars? 8 wars under Joe Biden? We were involved in 8 wars. Nobody told us about it.
It would have been a nuclear war. 35 million people said the Prime Minister of Pakistan would have died if it were not for my involvement. Kosovo and Serbia.
Really? Maybe you should have let him die. Fuck
Iran,
it.
Egypt and Ethiopia, Armenia and Azerbaijan, the Congo and Rwanda.
All the swinging dicks on the Congo.
It's at a very low level. It's just about there. And I want to thank Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner for your help. Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Jay.
You're welcome, Mr. President, anytime. Here to build, here to serve, here to profit. Looking forward to making you the king of the Gaza Strip when we build the first $100 billion real estate
And I
project.
also want to thank the man they report to, Secretary of State Marco Rubio. Thank you.
Marco Polo! Polo! Little Marco! Where are you, little Marco? I can't see you. You're so short. Little Marco! Little Marco!
People like you.
People like you.
Marco got 100% of the votes when he was in confirmation. I think our next one was about 54%. And some of the Democrats are now saying, I can't believe we approved that guy. And he said it's an honor that they feel that way, right, Marco? You have done a great job, great Secretary of State. I think you'll go down as the best ever.
Marco!
Under the ceasefire I negotiated, every single hostage, both living and dead, has been returned home. Can you believe that?
Can you believe that? Can you believe that? You did it, Donnie! You did it!
Nobody thought it was possible. Nobody thought that was possible. Both living and dead, and those parents who had a dead son, their boy, they'd always tell me their boy, they wanted him as much as though he were living. That was an amazing period of time. They came back, and when we got all of the living hostages back, and many, many before them, but I always said those last 20 are going to be very tough, but we got many, many more, hundreds. But I said those
Hundreds of hostages, huh?
We got them back.
What?
But we only got back 14 or 15 of the dead of the 28. And believe it or not, Hamas worked along with Israel, and they dug and they dug and they dug. It's a tough thing to do, going through bodies all over. passing up 100 bodies sometimes for each one that they found.
What?
Tough job. And they finally got it back to 27. And then Steve and Jared, they got it back to 28. They found all 28. Nobody thought that was possible, but we did it. And I remember the family of the 28th. They were so grieved, but they were so happy as it's possible.
Mr. President, the Department of Homeland Security is still shut down. Maybe we should get on that and continue the mass deportations as soon as possible. Instead of talking about the hostages over in Israel. I thought this was supposed to be an America First speech, not an Israel First speech, Mr. President. Stay on topic. Wow, I never heard people cheer so loud for Israel.
We're working very hard to end the ninth war, the killing and slaughter between Russia and Ukraine.
Oh, you very...
5,000 soldiers are dying each and every month.
25,000 people are dying a month? 1,000 a day?
A month.
Oh my God, 800 people are dying a day? Killing each other with pickaxes? Rifles? Drones? Is it really that high, Mountain? You believe that figure?
Wherever we must. That's why in a...
You think almost 1,000 soldiers are killing each other a day? You think so, Mountain?
Obliterated Iran's...
I know we're sending $300 billion over there.
Known as Operation Midnight Hammer.
Midnight Hammer! Operation Midnight Hammer! What was Operation Midnight Hammer?
For decades, it had been the policy of the United States never to allow Iran to obtain a nuclear weapon. Many decades. Since they seized control of that proud nation 47 years ago, the regime and its murderous proxies have spread nothing but terrorism, death, and hate. They've killed and maimed thousands of American service members and hundreds of thousands and even millions of people with what's called roadside bombs. They were the kings of the roadside bomb. And we took out Soleimani. I did that during my first term. Had a huge impact. He was the father of the roadside bomb. And just over the last couple of months with the protests.
Al Green had a sign that said black people aren't apes.
Looks like 32,000 protests. 32,000 protesters in their own country. They shot them and hung them. We stopped them from hanging a lot of them with the threat of serious violence. But this is some terrible people. They've already developed missiles that can threaten Europe and our bases overseas, and they're working to build missiles that will soon reach the United States of America. After Midnight Hammer,
Midnight Hammer!
To make no future attempts to rebuild their weapons program, in particular nuclear weapons, yet they continue starting it all over. We wiped it out and they want to start all over again, and are at this moment again pursuing their sinister ambitions. We are in negotiations with them. They want to make a deal, but we haven't heard those secret words. We will never have a nuclear weapon. My preference is to solve this problem through diplomacy. But one thing is certain, I will never allow the world's #1 sponsor of terror, which they are by far, to have a nuclear weapon. Can't let that happen.
And at this very moment, I have launched
No nation should ever
a new strike on Iran as I am speaking. Approximately 2 hours ago, we have bombed the shit out of Tehran.
We're going to continue to do so. Also, we just approved a $1 trillion budget. We have no choice. We have to be strong.
Ooh.
Because hopefully we will seldom have to use this $1 great power together. It's really called Peace Through Strength. And
Peace through infinite debt. Peace through spending in the Middle East. Peace through the Federal Reserve borrowing and spending infinite amounts of money, trillions of dollars that we will never get, never have.
Two Republican in Congress were investing that record number of
$1 trillion.
dollars. Have no choice.
Got no choice. Got to do it. We got to do it.
Also creating a lot of jobs, but we're not
A lot of
doing it
jobs.
for that reason. Because as I said,
We're not doing it for the jobs.
We're working today than ever before in the history of our country. And NATO countries are friends and allies. They are. They're our friends and they're our
They're
allies.
friends.
They just agreed at my very strong request to pay 5% of GDP for military defense rather than the 2%, which they weren't paying. We were paying for almost.
Ooh.
Now they're paying 5 as opposed
Now
to.
they got to pay for it instead of us, so we can spend that money on other shit, right? They got to up their spend. That means they got to give out, got Raytheon, Boeing,
Getting that
more
5%
money.
was something which everyone said would never be done, could not happen. We got it really easily.
We got it. You got to buy these planes. You got to buy these rifles. You got to buy these landmines. You got to buy these submarines. You got to buy these battle tanks. If you don't buy them and you don't up your spend, well, we're not going to fight to the death for you against Russia.
Ukraine is sent through NATO and they pay us in full. They pay us.
They pay us in
totally in
full.
Every branch of our armed forces is setting records for recruitment. This is so exciting.
Everybody's going in because there ain't no such thing as jobs. You got to join the war against Russia. We got to go fight for Ukraine. Go die for that faggot motherfucker.
And every service member recently received a warrior dividend of 1,770.
Ooh, sweet dividends. A warrior dividend. A warrior dividend. Here's $1,700. You are helping to defend the empire. It's not in the Constitution, but fuck it.
Have to rebuild that program a little bit, but it won't take long.
It won't take long at all. We're going to rebuild it all.
$175, and they wanted my approval. And I said, what's the number?
What's the number?
$175. I said, wait a minute. For $1 more, we can have 1776.
Ooh, good one,
We're
Donnie.
going to figure that. I never asked anybody if we could afford it. $1 more. I said 1776. And I said, that's good. And I'll tell you what, our military, that was 4 months ago, our military, I never see a person in the military that doesn't thank me for it. So we're honored to do it. They deserve it. And
Thanks for the $1,700 bucks.
1776, it was great. And we love our military. We love our.
We love them because they
firemen, the
keep
firemen,
us free.
We love our firemen. We're also.
We love firemen. Always have, always will. They keep us safe when our homes are burning. They help pull us out of a home while it's on fire and we're sleeping.
We're also
They're beautiful.
restoring American security and dominance in the Western Hemisphere, acting to secure our national interests.
Greenland.
Our country from violence, drugs, terrorism, and foreign interference for years. Large swaths of territory in our region, including large parts of Mexico,
Ooh.
really large parts of Mexico,
Woo!
have been controlled by murderous drug cartels. That's why I designated these cartels as foreign terrorist organizations, and I declared illicit fentanyl as a weapon of mass destruction.
Ooh, don't take any fentanyl. It's a WMD. Are you trying to sell WMDs? Because I think Iran's trying to get one now.
We have stopped record amounts of drugs coming into our country and virtually stopped it completely coming in by water or sea. You probably
Ooh,
noticed.
water or sea.
Very seriously damaged their fishing industry also. Nobody wants to go fishing anymore. We've also taken down one of the most sinister cartels.
Nobody wants to go fishing because they're afraid of getting blown up.
In January, January, elite American warriors carried out one of the most complex, spectacular feats of military competence and power in world history. No one's seen anything like it. Foreign leaders, I won't tell you who, called me and they said, very impressive. Very
Very
They
impressive.
couldn't believe, they all watched, they saw what happened. This is a different fighting force than we had years ago when we fought to tie. You know, it's a great fighting force. I'm so proud of it. Look at Space Force. Space Force is my baby. Because we did that.
Space Force is my baby. Space Force, my baby. I gave birth to that baby. That agency is gonna take us to the next level of war in outer space. World War III is in outer space. Boom!
And America's armed forces overwhelmed all defenses and utterly defeated an enemy, good fighters, to end the reign of outlawed dictator Nicolas Maduro and bring him to face American justice.
Maduro! We got Nicholas sitting in a
And this
prison
was
cell
an
right now.
absolutely colossal victory for the security of the United States, and it also opens up a bright new beginning for the people of Venezuela. We're working closely with the new president of Venezuela, Delcy Rodriguez, to unleash extraordinary economic gains for both of our countries and to bring new hope to those who have suffered so terribly. They really did suffer. With us tonight is Alejandro Gonzalez. She grew up in a tight-knit Venezuelan family and was especially close to her beloved uncle Enrique. But after Enrique ran for office and opposed Maduro, he was kidnapped by Maduro's security forces and thrown into the regime's really infamous prison in Caracas. Alejandro feared she would never see her uncle again. She feared for her own life also. But since the raid, we have worked with the new leadership, and they have ordered the closure of that vile prison and released hundreds of political prisoners already, with more to come. Alejandro, I'm pleased to inform you that not only has your uncle been released, but he is here tonight. We brought him over to celebrate his freedom with you in person. Enrique, please come down.
Enrique! Enrique es la libertad de gratis. Aquí, ahora, aquí el contero de Dios poquitos pesados del mundo. ¡Que Dios te bendiga! Enrique! Oh, what a surprise! Enrique is free. Free from the Caracas prison system. Infamosa.
Enrique. There were many heroes on that January raid to capture Maduro. Really great heroes. It was very dangerous. They knew we were coming. They were all set. But the deeds of one warrior that night will live forever in the eternal chronicles of military valor. Chief Warrant Officer 5, Eric Slover, planned the mission and was the flight lead in the cockpit of the first helicopter. A big, beautiful, powerful helicopter. It's a massive Chinook.
Helicopter, helicopter, helicopter.
Many American warfighters wearing the dog tags. His wife Amy had blessed with holy water before he left. She knew it was going to be a rough one.
Sure.
Eric steered the Chinook under the cover of night.
And Chinooks suck. I can't believe they took a Chinook.
Heavily protected military fortress. This was a major military installation, protected by thousands of soldiers.
Apparently it wasn't that major.
Russian and Chinese military technology.
Holy shit.
How did that work out? Not too good. While preparing to land, enemy machine guns fired from every angle, and Eric was hit very badly in the leg and hip, one bullet after another. He absorbed 4 agonizing shots, shredding his leg into numerous pieces. And yet, despite the fact that the use of his legs was vital to successful helicopter flight, legs are the most important part of flying a helicopter, to deliver the many commandos who would capture and detain Maduro was the only thing Eric was thinking about. Then, even as he was gushing blood, which was flowing back down the aisle, helicopter lands at a steep angle. Machine guns stood right in front of him. They were right in front of him, two machine gunners who escaped the wrath of the previous planes. Eric maneuvered his helicopter with all of those lives and souls to face the enemy and let his gunners eliminate the threat. Turned the helicopter around so the gunners could take care of business, saving the lives of his fellow warriors from what could have been a catastrophic crash deep in enemy territory. Only after safely landing the helicopter with all the warriors aboard in the exact right spot, which was vital to the mission, probably would have had to maybe cancel the mission if that didn't happen. Eric told his co-pilot, also wounded, but not as gravely, to take over. I'm about ready to pass out. The success of the entire mission and the lives of his fellow warriors hinge on Eric's ability to take searing pain. It was unbelievable what's happened to his legs of the bullets, and keep on flying and landing. People knew what was happening. Everybody in the back of the helicopter knew because they saw the blood pouring down the aisle. Chief Warrant Officer Slover is still recovering from his serious wounds, but I'm thrilled to say that he is here tonight with his wife, Amy, Eric, and Amy, come on in.
Come on down! You're next on The Price is Right. Nobody can see him. Holy shit, this guy's a beast. This guy's a fucking beast. He's like 7 foot of raw power. He's a Marine. Oh shit, somebody's holding medals.
So we have a surprise for Eric and Amy. In recognition of Eric's actions above and beyond the call of duty, I would now like to ask General Jonathan Braga to present Chief Warrant Officer Slover with our
Oh my God, he's getting the Medal of Honor.
award, the Congressional Medal of Honor.
Whoa! And he's on a walker. Something fine, do or die, gung ho, hoorah! Oh my God.
Well, thank you very much, Eric and Amy. Great to get to know you. I met with them and with a lot of their fellow warriors at Fort Bragg recently. You notice the name Fort Bragg, we have it back, we brought it back. We won the First World War with it, the Second World War with it, and then they decided to change the name. So we changed it back. Everybody wanted to change back too. And 10 of Eric's fellow warriors from that incredible night of victory will also be receiving medals at a private ceremony that will soon be held at the White House. And Eric will be there. Thank you, Eric. That's a big one. Tonight we've celebrated many truly extraordinary American patriots, but there is one last living legend to honor before we go. He is one more heroic American aviator, Navy fighter pilot. Royce Williams served in World War II, Korea, Vietnam, flying more than 220 missions. In the skies over Korea in 1952, Royce was in the dogfight of a lifetime, legendary dogfight. Flying through blizzard conditions, his squadron was ambushed by 7 Soviet fighter planes. It was his first aerial combat of the war. Despite being massively outnumbered and outgunned, Royce led the takedown of 4 enemy jets and almost destroyed the others, vanquishing his adversaries while taking 263 bullets to his own plane and being seriously hurt. His story was secret for over 50 years. He didn't even want to tell his wife, but the legend grew and grew. But tonight, at 100 years old, this brave Navy captain is finally getting the recognition he deserves. He was a legend long before this evening. Royce, please stand up, and I will ask the First Lady of the United States to present Captain Royce Williams with his Congressional Medal of Honor.
Wow, he's 100 getting the Medal of Honor. Triumph of the will!
Thank you, Royce, and thank you, Eric. I've always wanted the Congressional Medal of Honor, but I was informed I'm not allowed to give it to myself, and I wouldn't know why I'd be taking it. If they ever open up that law, I will be there with you someday. But you know, that's our highest honor, Congressional Medal of Honor, and that's a big thing, and it's an honor to be in the same room with you. Thank you both very much, Eric. Thank you.
Trump's gonna give himself the Congressional Medal of Honor.
Thank you. 250 years is a long time in the life of a nation, but in another sense, it's really a mere moment in the eye of history. Two of the gentlemen we met in the gallery this evening took their first breaths 1 century ago, 100 years before that, on July 4th, 1826, the author of the Declaration of Independence, brilliant, Thomas Jefferson, drew his last breath. Just a single long human lifespan separates the giants who declared and won our independence from the heroes who stand among us tonight. Everything our nation has done, everything we have achieved, has been the work of those few great lifetimes. In those brief chapters,
It's an hour and 47 minutes into the speech.
13 humble colonies into the pinnacle of human civilization and human freedom, the strongest, wealthiest, most powerful, most successful nation in all of history. Americans ventured out across the daunting and dangerous continent. We carved paths through an unforgiving wilderness, settled.
Then we created Hollywood in Los Angeles.
Very, very dangerous Wild West. From empty marshes and wide open plains, we raised up the world's greatest cities. Together, we mastered the world's mightiest industries, shattered history's monstrous tyrannies.
Ray-Ban!
Liberated millions.
Get your meta glasses now!
Communism, oppression, and terror. Americans lifted humanity into the skies on the wings of aluminum and steel, and then we launched mankind into the stars on rockets powered by sheer American will and unyielding American pride. We wired the globe with our ingenuity. We captivated the planet with American culture. And now we are pioneering the next great American breakthroughs that will change the entire world.
Made in China.
All of this,
China.
more is the enduring legacy, unmatched glory of the hardworking patriots who built and defended this country.
We built
We
this
still
city.
carry the hopes and freedoms
We built this
of
city.
all of humanity. For years they were forgotten, betrayed, and cast aside. But that great betrayal is over, and they will never be forgotten again. Because when the world needs courage, daring, vision, and inspiration, it is still turning to America. And when God needs a nation to work his miracles, he knows exactly who to ask. There is no challenge
America.
Americans cannot
Working
overcome.
God's
No
miracles.
frontier
One
too
day
vast
at a
for us
time.
to conquer. No dream too bold for us to chase. No horizon too distant for us to claim.
It's very
For
bright
our
in these
destiny
lights.
is written by
You got a lot of
hand
LED.
providence, and these first 250 years were just the beginning. From the rugged border towns of Texas to the heartland villages of Michigan, from the sun-kissed shores of Florida to the endless fields of the Dakotas, and from the historic streets of Philadelphia to right here in our nation's capital, Washington, D.C., the golden age of America is upon us. The revolution that began in 1776 has not ended. It still continues because the flame of liberty and independence still burns in the heart of every American patriot. And our future will be bigger, better, brighter, bolder, and more glorious
Did he say Boulder?
than before.
Brighter and bolder.
And God bless
God
America.
bless America. God bless America. God bless America. God bless America. You did it, Donnie. You did it again. Another strong State of the Union. So strong. Very strong. Exceptionally strong. You did it. You did it, Donnie. Oh my God, what a speech. What a speech. What a speech. There's Darren LaHood. There's Thomas Massey. Massey's got a big old shit smiling grin on his face. Everybody can go home. That's it. 1 hour and 50 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. You just heard it live here. Rabbanu Shalom, we did it. We live streamed the whole thing on about 30 cell phones, on 2 floors in 5 houses, across maybe 30 different YouTube accounts. I'm going to go downstairs and see. It's like putting out fishing nets, and then you see how many fish you caught. We're going to go check on the numbers here. Rabbanu Shalom, I hope you enjoyed. I'm going to get you some real-time feedback from the community, people who are in the lifestyle.
Standing, right? And we have the book and we can read it for ourselves. Shouldn't some of these doctrines that people are holding on to just fall away with like the purity of the word? Like,
yeah, that's true. It would, but there's a lot of money at play.
Well, because you're boasting. You want to be gang click type. That's what it is.
Gang click type.
Bro, that's what that comes down to. If you just...
Okay, what we're going to do here is I'm going to end all these YouTube live streams, and then I'm going to go adjust all my other YouTube live streams. Hope you enjoyed this live stream.